What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another looping tutorial. Today we are going to be looping the map, the Backwater Swamp, the Grim Pantry. I'm going to show you all the best loops on this map. As always, if you like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 p.m. Central Time. The links will be posted for you to join up in the chat. I teach killer and survivor gameplay, so I can teach you anything you want to know about this amazing game. And with that, let's get on to the video. The first loop I'm going to show you all is the main building loop right here. Basically, this single window room right here can spawn on this side, or it can spawn on this side over here as well, and vice versa. The double windows can spawn on this side. The windows can either spawn over there. I've seen double windows spawn over here, and I've even seen the solo window spawn over here. But no matter what, this looping tutorial will still stand regardless of the setup you have. The best way to start this loop is you want to vault into the solo window right here. Vault the window, look behind you. Obviously, want to keep the killer coming. No matter what, if they vault the window or go around the open doors over there, you're going to hug along this wall, cut inside right here. This is all if you have the spacing and make sure the killer has a little bit of distance behind you. And then you just chain back into this window. Good check spot right here after you vault. I recommend you walk and chase as much as possible when you're hidden behind the wall. As long as you're walking and chase and the killer cannot see you, that is how you break Bloodlust. The Bloodlust is the killer's chase mechanic of how they become faster, and that is also what causes your windows to block after 3 successful fast vaults. Now, playing off of these 2 windows right here chained with that one is very easy as well. This little hole right here is basically your obstacle to put between you and the killer. A lot of killers are afraid of holing themselves. Must be all the funny TikTok clips, but this is how you're going to work around these windows right here. You can do these windows by itself, but you want to go off of the window that doesn't have the hole. I definitely wouldn't play around this right here because you can either get forced into a medium vault, or you can even drop down on accident and hole yourself. So you're going to go around just like this. This is what the path is going to look like. Vaults into this window. The killer will have to respect it. They'll either have to go around or around this way. I definitely wouldn't recommend only working those windows. That's just to chain with these windows right here. Or say if after you vault right here, you don't have a lot of space or time, then in a kind of a panicking situation, I would vault this, kind of react to the killer and just follow which way they go. If you're working these 2 windows, make sure you're not hugging the wall too tight because the killer can smack you through the window right there. There is another window that's usually located up here on the top side too. It's definitely a bit of a bait window. I don't always recommend vaulting off of it. It's pretty easy for the killer to kind of double back and come down the ramp area. But if you have plenty of distance and you need a way off the main building, then you can definitely find the window and vault off of it. Custom chase example right here. I'm going against the Legion. He's a 4.6 killer, M1 killer as well for this example. We're going to vault the window. Looks like he's going to vault behind us. So let's go ahead and go this way right here. If for some reason the killer had bamboozle, you could easily work this loop like this. You could vault into this. If you saw Bam would block that window, and then you could easily just divert to these windows right here. They can't block up all the windows at the same time. As you can see right here, walking in chase and breaking line of sight is breaking a lot of chase for me. The window is going to block now, so I'm just going to work off of these windows just for the example. We'll vault inside, see what way Legion wants to go. You see, the killer has to respect that hole right there, and it creates like a little awkward barrier between y'all. We're gonna go around, hook around just like this. Make sure you don't vacuum yourself into that locker right there. Keep your eyes on the window as you vault. Keep going, keep going. And then after this one right here, I would definitely be looking to go to a different loop, and I would probably chain to this pallet over here in this situation. The pallets that are located upstairs are not safe pallets once you drop them, so you definitely want to greed and work a mind game as much as possible. If the killer overcommits like this, then you could drop, and then you want to go work to a different tile. The next loop I'm going to show you all involves the downstairs portion of the main building. There's always going to be a window. I usually see it right here on this side, or sometimes it can spawn over here as well on this wall, and I've also seen it on a location over here along this wall as well. But it's pretty much the same layout, how to work this window. Basically, as long as you're entering downstairs and you're in a way where you can get an easy fast vault off of this window, you're going to vault it, and then from here you just react to the killer. The killer either has to go around right here. They can't shortcut right here because of these little barrels, so that makes this loop a little bit safer, or they might vault behind you. I would say that if they vault behind you, you should go inside like this and chain to the nearest pallet. The pallets down here are some pretty long tiles. It's kind of hard to see past them, so your check spotting and your camera control has to be really well. And then when you drop the pallet, be careful with vaulting back and forth. The killer can moonwalk and mind game you. So ideally, you want the killer to totally commit to one side before you drop it, or get a pallets done. And then as you work the pallets downstairs, you could just work the window as well. If the killer were to force me this way, away from the downstairs entrance over there, I would hug the building upstairs like this, and I would go upstairs, and I would just chain nearby either to a pallet up here or back to one of the windows. Here's the custom chase example with the Legion right here. After I vault the window, I know he can either vault the window or go around the barrels, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a shortcut right here. We're gonna go up the stairs, and my goal is to chain to that solo window over there. After we vault, we'll read and react to what he does. Be careful with that locker off my left that you just saw. That is an easy way to vacuum yourself. Go around the whole vault right here. Looks like he's gonna go double back on us right there. So we're reading and reacting. Good check spots. Let's see if we can make it downstairs again now. We should be able to set up the medium vault right here without getting hit, so we're going to go ahead and do it. After we vault the window, Legion's going to vault past us and come and keep chasing us right here. Now we can work this pallet. Check spot, check spot. I'm going to go for the pallet stun right there. And from here, in this situation, I would go around the building like this, and I would chain this to the ramp. And look how easily we set ourselves back up for the main building loop, which we already know is super strong. The next loop I'm going to show you all is this little dock area loop right here. For this specific setup, we have a pallet chained to the short wall and the window right here to work with. Downstairs in the docks, you got these long little like aisle looking things right here. You make sure you're familiar with the layout and the way that it looks. For our setup, we have an exit right here. We have an exit in a little random corner right here. Coming down this way, there is nothing. So this could be a little bit of a bait area. I would probably avoid so you don't get stuck down here. But ideally, you could either come from this direction or enter from that side, depending on your chase. Vault the window and then just react to the killer. You want to work off of this pallet right here. If you keep the chase going this way, it's going to be this sort of rotation right here. If you have distance, you could also chain it upstairs because there's usually a pallet up here. And this is a really good pallet. Once you drop it, the killer really can't do much. They either have to break it or they can drop off and go around or try some sort of a weird double back mind game down the ramp, which isn't ideal. After you would drop this pallet, I would drop right down here. Take a little bit of a stagger, but the killer has to break a pallet, so you'll have a moment, and then chain into this vault like so. In chase with the Legion right here, we want to be a little bit patient at that spot, make sure he is committing. We'll react right here with the wall. Make sure you don't get stuck right there on the corner like I kind of did, but we'll keep the example going because that's something that could definitely happen in your game as well. In this spot right here, I don't think I have enough distance to make it to the pallet. I'm going to drop. We're going to see if Legion's going to break it. Looks like he's not. Now that he's breaking it, let's chain upstairs onto the dock. Right here. Good camera control. He has to commit behind us. In this situation, I wouldn't even drop the pallet because I trust the stagger slowdown time. And look at that. We were able to chain him back to the window right there. He is going to go up behind us though. So on this pass, we're definitely going to have to drop the pallet. And if we don't get the stun, that's okay. We definitely need the distance. We wouldn't make it otherwise. Drop down right here, chain back to the window, and with this pallet being gone, I would just find a different tile to chain to, or like one of the many filler pallets of the trees right here. The next loops I'm going to show you all are the log loops. This is a short log loop right here, and I'll show you the difference between the short one and the long one. This is the long one over here. Obviously, the key difference is that you have this giant piece of wood sticking out of it. This one is definitely the safer loop. This is one of the most effective, like, goofy looking loops in Dead by Daylight. The way you would loop it is just like this. If you have to enter from this side, make sure you swing just a little bit wide to get the fast vault and make sure the killer doesn't double back around the side. If you're coming around this way, this works too. It's actually a bit safer because it's a more natural angle right here. And then you would just work it like that. You could also do the same with the small log over here, but it is easier for the killer to work it against you and moonwalk. If you're going to work it on this way, you definitely want the killer to be on that side where he has to moonwalk on the long side, because if he's trying to moonwalk you right here, it would be very easy for him to smack you at either entrance of the window. And I'll show you what that can look like for a chase example. In chase with the Legion right here, I want to make sure there's no early double back. Doesn't look like there's going to be, so we're going to get the window vault, go around the far side of the log. You see how awkward this is for killers right here to navigate and work around? Especially if you get an inexperienced killer at this loop that just doesn't even know that window exists, you can do a lot of fun plays. Right here, I'm going to get a little bit of a greed. I'm not going to vault right away. Looks like Legion's going to vault right there. Make sure he doesn't double back on me. Commit to the vault, and now we just keep working the loop like this. Okay, the next loop I'm going to show you all is a very common tile you'll get here in the swamp. You have this little jungle gym. We have a short wall right here that has a corner, a pallet, and you just want to chain it to this window right here. The way you want to start this loop is this way ideally, but it can work the other way too, as long as you're able to secure this fast vault. And now you're going to either go left or right and match the killer, or if he vaults through, same thing. The best way to do it is to work the long side of the wall. Killer's respecting and going that way. Right here would be a good check spot. Make sure the killer doesn't cut inside. They're following behind you right here. And then we can work this pallet. I can drop it, or I can greet it, or mind game it, and then chain it back inside to the window right here. In chase right here with Legion, we're going to go around. I don't see him doubling back, so we're just going to vault the window. I want to react to what he does right here. Check spot. Make sure I'm looking for the red stain. Looks like there's a little bit of a mind game going, and the patience is going to pay off for us. I'm going to go inside right there. I see him vaulting. Now we're going to have to drop the pallet. With that pallet stun, I wouldn't chain back to the window in this situation. I would probably connect over to this pallet right here, check spot, make sure he's committing, and now we can chain this inside shack. That's the big thing about looping a Dead by Daylight, is chaining your tiles together and not panicking when a resource is gone off of a tile completely. The next loop I'm going to show you all is the 2-story house setup right here. So the downstairs entry portion, I've seen different RNG. I've seen the door on that side, I've seen it on the far side, and sometimes I've even seen it where there's not even an entry door right here. But when you enter inside from like this, you also have to be careful too, because sometimes you can't have access to the upstairs. So since the entry door is open down here, on this specific setup as well, there's no pallet, and sometimes there can be a pallet that spawns downstairs. We're gonna go upstairs and see what we got to work with. We have a pallet right here that's gonna chain into that window. And once you vault this window from this side, it's kind of awkward for the killer to play with. He either has to vault behind you or kind of backtrack and go down and fall down right there. And then you just kind of read and react and go left and right to whatever way he decides to go. Just make sure you're aware of your entrances into the building. I know like out here we have the outside stairs we can go up on, but this does change quite a bit. So you need to know exactly where the outside stairs are. And if you can, you should definitely know where the downstairs entrance is too, to get to your loot faster. And Chase right here with the Legion. Let's go ahead and start up the stairs first. In this situation, I kind of want to work the pallet. Check spot. This is kind of a tall boxes right here, so you want to make sure you're keeping an eye on the killer, not getting mind gamed. Let's go ahead and vault the window. Now, in this situation, I don't even see where Legion went to. There's the shadow. I can react to that. Let's go around the corner. Check spot right here. I see him committing behind me now, so let's go ahead and go this way. We're going to go ahead and chain this up the stairs again, and then we'll judge our distance if we have to drop the pallet or not. In this situation right here, check spot, wait, patience. Looking around the boxes. If we can get the flow this way, it is easier for us to get the window vault. Keep going. We just lost Chase right there too, which is awesome. In this situation, I'm going to drop the pallet for distance, and we're going to go down these stairs. And there's usually little boxes with another pallet. I definitely recommend you loop around the ship side of it. It's usually a little bit safer than the box side. When it comes to working pallets in DBD, you want to work the long side as opposed to the short side. Short side will always benefit killers. Long side's always better for survivors. Go back, get the pallets done. And from here, I can either work off of this pallet or I can chain it to the main building, especially if the entrance ramp is on this side too. As always, YouTube, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I go live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 p.m. Central Time. I teach killer and survivor gameplay, so come hang out with us in the chat, and I can teach you anything you want to know about this amazing game.